All right, so we got breaking news. Anthropic has officially released Claude Fable 5 today, a Mythos-class model that they've made quote unquote safe for general use. They state its capabilities exceed those of any model we've ever made generally available. And the AI world has gone crazy. So Anthropic says Fable 5 is state of the art on nearly all tested benchmarks with exceptional performance in software engineering, knowledge work, scientific research, and vision. The longer and more complex the task, the larger Fable 5's lead over our other models. They state releasing a model this capable comes with risks. Without safeguards, Fable 5's capabilities in areas like cybersecurity could be misused to cause serious damage. Queries on a narrow range of topics will instead receive a response from our next most capable model, Opus 4.8. Fable 5's safeguards detect requests related to cybersecurity, biology and chemistry, and distillation. Users are informed whenever a fallback occurs, on average, is less than 5% of sessions. We'll keep refining the safeguards to reduce false positives. For a small group of cyber defenders and critical infrastructure providers, we're also launching Claude Mythos 5. Mythos 5 shares the same underlying model as Fable 5, but with the safeguards lifted in some areas. They state soon we intend to expand access to Mythos 5 through a broader trusted access program, both for defensive cybersecurity work and biomedical research. Claude Fable 5 is available everywhere today, and Claude Mythos 5 is restricted to Glasswing partners until we expand our trusted access program. So everybody that was asking whether they would drop this today, well, they actually did. And Claude devs put this out. Fable 5 is here. Here's how to get started in Claude Code and on the Claude platform. So in Claude Code, you run the model command and select Fable from the model picker, or switch directly with the model Claude Fable 5 command. In the API, switch the model ID parameter to Claude Fable 5 in both the Messages API and Claude Managed Agents. And for some accounts, an admin may be needed in order to access this new model. The Claude API skill and Claude Code can help you build with Fable on top of the API. Now, start at the top of your difficulty range, something harder than you'd assume previous versions of Claude can accomplish. Pick a backlog item you'd scope at a week. Let Fable 5 interview you for the spec, turn on auto mode, and check back in the morning. You may notice that Fable feels different. Thinking is always on, and responses can take longer. Effort controls how much it thinks. We recommend high as the default, they state, and our evals, even low or medium, often beats previous models at X high. So save X high for your hardest problems. They state prompting gets simpler. Existing prompts or skills developed for prior models are often too prescriptive for Fable. They recommend reviewing and potentially updating or removing older instructions or skills if you find default performance to be better. Feedback loops work the same as with previous models. Give Fable the success criteria to check its results against, and this could be a goal in the Claude Code or outcomes in Claude Managed Agents. And with multi-orchestration and Claude Managed Agents, you can use Fable to delegate work to dedicated agents using smaller models. Now, they state cybersecurity and biosecurity requests may auto reroute to Opus 4.8, and that's because they just aren't trying to let people use Mythos level power for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason. They basically don't want this to get out of hand or get into the wrong hands. Now, Cognition says Claude Fable 5 is now available in Devon, and Fable 5 earns the #1 spot on Frontier Code, which is their benchmark for real-world engineering tasks that grades mergeability and quality. So you can see the chart here. And I wanted to show you this from Felix. Felix said today Anthropic is introducing Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5. And Felix said, I'd normally highlight the numbers, but Felix essentially feels like a third era is quietly starting today with the launch of Fable 5. Felix says, I lead Claude Code and Cowork on the desktop, so I think a lot about how people use AI to get work done. I believe we're about to see a major shift moving from giving AI tasks to giving it responsibilities. And this can be huge. Look at this. When LLMs first hit the mainstream, users asked them questions like a smarter search engine or an autocomplete for code. Then the frontier moved to tasks, handing the model an entire problem, which bugs to fix, what doc to write. That's how most of our advanced users work with AI. They're in the loop. Every task starts and ends with a human. With Fable 5, though, Felix says, I've personally moved on to responsibilities or loops, the same loops we talked about in the video yesterday. I no longer tell Claude to investigate a particular crash report. It runs in a loop, watching every crash report that comes in. Its job is no longer to help me fix a crash, it's to keep our apps from crashing. Felix says, the shift sounds subtle, but I think it'll change what AI products look like. When developers went from answers to tasks, the primary tool changed from IDEs to coding agents. AI apps in 2026 look nothing like 2024. Predictions are a dangerous game, but I really believe our industry's apps in 2027 will look very, very different from the ones we have today. And that makes sense, especially how fast AI is progressing. Felix says Claude Fable 5 is available today on paid plans. Claude Mythos 5, of course, is available for Glasswing partners, as we discussed earlier. So I think personally, if usage limits increase, right? If users are able to utilize more compute, I think loops will definitely be the future. That's just my opinion. When you really think about it, that is the way most people would like to utilize AI, in a way where the AI continues to do tasks without you having to prompt it. That just makes perfect sense when you think about it. But given the fact that usage limits are tight for a lot of people, especially people that are using SOTA models, not using local models, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to run loops. That's just my opinion. So that's all I have for this video. If you guys like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. If you have any suggestions for videos you want to see in the future, let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know if you guys are going to try out Fable 5. I'm going to go try it out right now. This news just came out, so I haven't had a chance to try it, but I'm going to go see what it's all about. And they're saying that this thing is the most capable model that they've dropped, and it's doing stuff on low and medium reasoning that the previous models couldn't even really do, or it took the previous models doing it on X high to be able to do what Fable 5 is doing on low or medium. So that has sparked my interest, and I really want to see what that's all about. So there you have it. I'm getting ready to go dive into it. I hope you guys go dive into it too. Make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss a video. I'm trying to keep you guys updated with everything going on in AI and trying to be on top of it and get this information to you guys as fast as possible, especially like this when it's breaking news. They literally just dropped this like not even an hour ago. So there you have it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.